It is no secret that we live in a turbulent era, and that the heart of a lot of that turbulence is a struggle that is waged over truth versus either outright lies or the obfuscation and denial of truth. And if you look behind the conflicts in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, or Ukraine, or the tensions on the Korean Peninsula or in the South China Sea, or the terrorist propaganda that degrades our social media, or the campaigns by civil society to confront high-level corruption in some places, you will see in all of those places and in all of those efforts a fundamental battle to define reality. And you will see efforts by some people to invent out of whole cloth or to obscure the truth, facts, to cover up events that did happen and make up stories about things that didn't. You'll see ill-intentioned state and non-state actors alike trying to intimidate, co-opt, censor, and silence those whose job it is to investigate and report the truth. World Press Freedom Day is a day to reflect on the importance of this struggle and to reiterate as plainly as possible our determination to push back against the enemies and saboteurs of truth. There is a clear separation, we know, between the responsibilities of this department and those of a free and independent press. But there is not a scintilla of difference in our mutual support for the fundamental principle of press freedom, or our understanding of the critical role that is played by journalists not only in democracies, but also in countries where civil and political rights are fragile, and in areas of conflict where the hazards of reporting are at their most extreme. I will personally never forget when I was driving in Ukraine from the city to the airport, having the Ukrainian sitting with me in the car, pointing out a point along the road where a journalist, a woman, been dragged out of her car and nearly beaten to death. And there are many other places, as we know, where reporters have died in the effort to report the truth. I deeply admire the efforts made by the media, by the organizations and others, by individuals in the press to protect journalists, to increase awareness of safety issues, and to call attention to abuses. And today, I want to reiterate that the State Department's strong backing for those protective measures will continue, and our ongoing commitment is to supplement them wherever we can. As I speak, the United States and USAID have important programs that support independent media efforts in more than 30 countries. Through our SAFE initiative, we have provided digital and physical security training to more than 750 journalists worldwide, and we are increasing our funding to $2.5 million this year so we can train even more. We are launching a program to provide reporters in Southeast Asia with tools and technologies that will allow them to work safely, even in places where they are likely to face intimidation and violence. And we also promote dialogue between American and international journalists through tech camps, workshops, and other exchanges and fellowships. And you may, I hope, be made more confident by the notion that we absolutely intend to continue to speak out regularly, publicly, and behind the scenes to defend the rights of the press, both generically and with respect to individuals who have been threatened, abducted, or unjustly imprisoned or detained. And this applies not only to print reporters, but to broadcasters, bloggers, photographers, cartoonists, and other media workers as well. As a lot of you know, in January, I had the pleasure and the privilege of welcoming Jason Rezaian home after 545 days of captivity. And it struck me in listening to him as he talked to me personally about that ordeal, how simply straightforward his agenda was and is and remains. Jason did not go to Iran to advance an ideology or to make a political point. He actually went there to explain to his own country what life was really like in the country of his ancestry. And he wanted to replace misconceptions with accurate perceptions. That is all, but that is everything. Every journalist is unique, but in the basic desire to report the facts in all their color and in all their depth, Jason was simply trying to do what reporters are supposed to do. Governments who crack down on that may seek to convey strength, but what they actually convey is a deeply rooted kind of insecurity and weakness. On World Press Freedom Day, we want to be clear here from the podium of the State Department of the United States of America that no government, whatever its pretensions or whatever its accomplishments, can fairly claim respect if its citizens are not allowed to say what they believe or denied the right to learn about events and decisions that affect their lives. And I repeat, a country without a free and independent press has nothing to brag about, nothing to teach, and no way to fulfill its potential. To those who try to coerce or imprison reporters, we will always say loudly and clearly that committing journalism, reporting on the truth, is not a crime. It is a badge of honor, and today we salute all near and far who proudly wear that badge.